Arzoo Chhabra, and I am an organic chemistry tutor and a mindset coach, right? So actually, I have a PhD in organic chemistry, and the whole time I felt like there was something missing. So then I worked on mindset, and just years later, I got my own certifications and also became a mindset coach. So, what I actually learned was that how the mindset piece is just not so spread out in the student community. And I just want to bring that piece out for students. So my aim is to bring more and more awareness on the mindset piece to the student community, to the students who really want to perform, who really want to ace, who really want a professional careers, and at the same time want a holistic life. They want to have they want to be in great shape. They want to have enough time to work out. They want to have enough time to have great relationships with their parents, so they're not stressed out or just bogged down by the ambitious career lives, right? So today's topic that I want to discuss with respect to mindset is the growth mindset. And what that really means is that when and the growth mindset is like really helpful when students are like going through a tough time specifically, and otherwise too, but more specifically when they're going through a tough time, right? So for example, you worked like really hard for this exam, you've put in all the effort that you could have, and you did not get the grade you wanted, right? And you had like really put in all the effort, right? You had like gone all out. You had worked, studied for hours and hours. You had a tutor, and you still did not make it, right? You still didn't get the score you wanted. And I'm sure a lot of you have already been in that situation. You have been in those shoes, right? Where you have actually gave all of your effort, right? Put in all the efforts that you could potentially have, right? And you were like, you had the intensity, you had the consistency, but you didn't get the result you wanted. And I experienced a lot of that in my research work, because that is very different from just like learning and appearing for an examination. That's even harder. And this kind of forced me to almost find like a parallel career for myself, right? That's just besides the point. But okay, what I wanted to say was, right, that if you're in a situation like that, right, and then what would your mind tell you if you actually work hard and do not get the score you wanted? Your mind is actually going to tell you that you are a failure, that it's not in you, right? Or you would probably speak to yourself like, maybe you should just quit, right? It's not for you, right? Things like these start to show up, and some of our limiting beliefs, the beliefs that actually put us down, will start to show up in our life. So things like that start to happen, and like those conversations will like start peeping up, and they will start to crop up. So at this point, when you're able to rewire your brain to speak to you differently than it does normally, when you're able to start talking to yourself differently in a different language. So for example, if you're able to say, I did not make it today, but I'm going to make it next time, right? Or if you could say, I didn't get the score, which only means that I could just change my strategy and try again with a different strategy, right? So first of all, not really letting that inner critic in you affect you that bad. And at the same time, using words that are optimistic for your future. And this is where the first step would be to create an awareness of how your mind talks to you when you're in a situation like that, or how you talk to yourself when you go through a time like that. And then consciously use different words, right? So the first few times you will actually fail, and then you will actually just be really sad, be really angry with yourself maybe, and then you'll try to pick yourself up, and then you'll use different words, then you'll use a different language, and then you'll get up, right? And when you repeat this whole process, you'll get to a point where you'll start picking yourself before you fall down. And that is the magic of this mindset work. It helps you retain your state. It helps you remain optimistic. And when you're able to be optimistic, which I think does not express the gravity of the word here, optimism, right? Because it's a lot more than just being optimistic, right? So if you're able to be optimistic in that situation, you would have saved hours for yourself. You would have saved torture, mental torture for yourself. You would have saved time that now you can actually invest in your learning. You can save time that when you can actually go out and have fun and just relax, right? So having that mindset of being aware, first of all, and then using the language that is optimistic for you, futuristic for you, with that growth mindset, which is open-ended for your future, will help you create a different result, right? Will actually help you actually get a better grade next time. So, and then I do want to add a little bit to that, right? Just beyond using the words. And then once you do use the words, I want you to think about how you actually feel when you change the words with which you talk to yourself. So how do the words that you're using to talk to yourself change the feeling that you have? And if that is something that you would like to have, you should probably do more of that, right? Because what's the point of suffering? Or what's the point of not having fun when you can enjoy this life, right? So I'm going to sign off for now. It's just recapping it all a little bit. Think about the growth mindset, all about the way you think about the situation, the way you talk about the situation to yourself and to other people, right? The way you first create the awareness and then stop yourself, and then change the language that you use to describe your failure, because this is what we're actually focusing on when things don't go the way you expect them to. And so lastly, okay, probably next time I'm going to talk more about the language that we use and its effect on our mental well-being. But for now, I'm going to sign off. And if you need any help and if you're going through something, feel free to reach out to me. And I'm always looking forward to helping the student community out there to reach their ultimate best without having to suffer mentally. I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are, wherever in the world you're located right now. And I will see you guys next time, whenever that's gonna be, probably tomorrow. Bye now.